Hey, garage people! Welcome back to the wonderland that is my girlfriend's garage. It's been a minute. I was on vacation and my spring occupation started up, so I am now coaching track and field again, which is wonderful. And as you can see, there are many things in this garage, but a Camaro is not one of them, which is awesome. If you saw my little short, you saw that I brought it up to Doug Rippey Motorsports in Waverly to get tuned, and that is where it resides currently, which is great. And the Grand Prix is in the garage, which is cool as well, because there's a free spot so I can park inside. Which, in addition to having the Camaro out of my hands and gone, makes me doubly happy, and then triply happy, because in spite of it being the beginning of April, let me turn you around here. Move the snow shovel out of the way again. But yeah, there's some snow. So, any sports car related activities have been very much put on the back burner. Ponds are all melted, but we got a nice double dose of snow and gotta wait for the warm weather to come back. So, I don't know how long the Camaro will take to get tuned, but I also don't really care at this point because it will happen eventually, and it will happen professionally, and it is out of my hands, which I am very happy for. When I get it back, I'm just going to re-bleed the brakes to take away some squishiness, but other than that, hopefully, it will be ready to rock. My nitrous bottle is currently getting filled, so that's cool. And I will hopefully purchase another 10-pound bottle as well, just to have another one on hand so I can swap them out if I empty the one and want to keep going or whatever. So when that's back from DRM, I will eventually reinstall the bottle and get that tested out as well. But obviously we're gonna run the motor by itself first, just to experience that, because after we get it on the dyno and see the actual number, I really want to feel what that translates to by the seat of the pants. If you remember, it made 327 horses at the tire beforehand, and I'm hoping to gain at least 100, hopefully closer to 130 or so at the tire. I would love to be right around 460 or so. Anywhere north of 450 would be awesome, and closer to 500, the more the merrier. And then I could spray it close to 600 eventually. So that's kind of the plan. But all that put aside, since the car is there and I am here, I am going to use this oil and filter and this lift and these tools to change the oil in this 2008 Pontiac Grand Prix GXP. This is my daily driver. This will be the first real video that I've done about it, I guess, even though you've seen it in a couple videos going out and getting stuff. I've had it for about 1.5 years now. I bought it with 90,000 miles or thereabouts, maybe 91, 92, and it now has about 103 on it, and I have to change the oil again. Not for the first time, not for the second time. This is the third time. I'm not crazy. I know what oil change intervals are, especially on engines as unique as this one. So what I'm going to do, as you can see, there is a little bit of stuff kind of in the way since the Camaro isn't taking up this space anymore. I'm going to back the four-wheeler out of here, and I'm going to back the Grand Prix out and flip it around and reverse it in to get the butt of it right up here close to the wall after I move this stuff. And then we will see about getting the feet underneath and getting her lifted up. I'm not exactly sure where the lift points are on here, but I'm going to check it out. And it is much more elevated than the Camaro, so I don't think I will have any trouble with crunching on side skirts or anything like that. My plan is to use my little wooden blocks here again. When I back the car up, I will reverse onto the wooden blocks so the rear is popped up just a little, and then hopefully that'll help get these feet underneath. So I'm going to start moving stuff around in the garage here, let this thing warm up a little bit, And when I have everything back in position, I will join back up with you guys and we'll take a look underneath this car. Like I said, I've had it for about a year and a half. Right after I bought it, I got it rust-proofed underneath, and I have never had it up on a lift. So the guy who did rust-proof it sent me some pictures when it was up there, which was nice of him. But this is my first time seeing it for myself, so I am really excited. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm gonna put this down and grab a little jacket because I'm gonna be outside for a second. But after that, I will probably pop up the tripod and we'll put you guys up on there and we can get this car up in the air and get the fluids out. So, or at least the oil. We're not gonna mess with the coolant. So yeah, see you in a sec. Yo, yo, yo. You're back in the shop with me at my girlfriend's garage. Look at that lovely Chevelle in the background. We'll be getting to that, don't you worry. But, as promised, we're doing some work on the daily driver. Got the Grand Prix GXP, hoorah! Up on the lift. Watching some true crime on the YouTubes. Let's back up here a little. And I thought I'd take you on a little tour underneath here. So, this is a Grand Prix GXP, which means it has a pretty cool motor. An LS4. It is the old 5.3 V8 with active fuel management. The DOD, AFM, all that fun stuff. It is it is transverse mounted because it is mated up to a 4T60E transmission, which you can see the pan right here, and transaxle because it is front wheel drive. Those are the drive shaft stubs right there. See the wheel speed sensors for the brake. It came factory with Bill Steins. And this is my first time being underneath it. Got a little oil leak coming from the oil pressure sensor little junction thing there, the alternate location for that. Or like the accessory for like a cooler or whatever. But I'm not too concerned about that. It's fine. My plan is to next winter do some work on this car, so we'll see about that. I'll talk a little bit more about that in the future, but not too angry about that. It doesn't even show up on the ground. It kind of collects right here on the power steering lines. So, got the drain plug here, got the oil filter here, got my new stuff sitting over there. Here's my catch can, 15mm socket, and a channel lock to get this old filter off. The new filter is what I use on all my LS motors, K&N HP-1017. If you watch Engine Masters, these things flow tied with the best gallons per minute flow rate, and then also they filter way better than anything else. So I don't love the K&N air filters like some people do, but these oil filters are the way to go. I think they're 14 or 15 bucks a piece. Just got this stuff from O'Reilly's. And what's cool about the K&Ns is they have this little nubby on the top that fits a 27mm socket. And so you can just snug them up like that. And one nice thing about working in my girlfriend's garage, pro tip, get yourself a girlfriend who's got a sweet stash of tools. Look at these sockets. She's got adapters. And she's got a sense of humor. Impact gun lives in there. Yeah, so anyway, making short work of this project. It's taken me longer to get the car up on the lift than it will to do the oil change, just because it was my first time and I wanted to make sure nothing was pinching. I needed to make sure there was clearance right here, so I ended up using my truck adapters for the rear, so which this lift came with. So shout out eBay, Chinesium, great stuff. Gonna get some double-sided stick tape on here. Got some new stickers in the Caribbean. Shout out Cruise on Rum. They're not paying me, but hey, it's good stuff. So, got this filled up, ready to install when the old stuff is out. But before I do that, I'll take you on a little tour under here. I got it rust-coated, let's see, not this winter, but last winter. And it looks pretty darn good, actually, for a car with over 100,000 miles that's been doing some time in Minnesota in the winters now with me. This is the, obviously, exhaust system. This car has a super easy exhaust system. You can see it just dumps out right here and goes straight to the back through a resonator, a catalytic converter, which is right here, and then a resonator, and then just two mufflers out the back with quad exit tips for extra cool factor. But all the front wheel drive stuff is up here, so it's pretty simple. So yeah, pretty easy peasy. The only really rusty stuff is down here on the control arms and on the back suspension arms, as you can see kind of right there. So really not bad overall. I didn't bring it back in for rust coating this past winter, but I believe my thing has the guy I got my rust coating from has a 5-year plan that you can bring it in for a reduced price. So, oh, a little close right there, but that's all right. She's supported just fine. Oh man, love it. All right, well, I'm pretty satisfied with what I see under here for the most part. I'm eventually going to get some new tires, some summer tires on these wheels and get them cleaned up, and then get some winter wheels and put some winter tires on. But yeah, I'm going to put this camera on the stand here. We'll get the oil draining out, and we'll get the filter off, and we'll put the new stuff on. So yeah, bear with me, folks. Fun stuff. All right, garage fans, the motor oil is out, but unfortunately, I assumed, which you know what that does, that an LS1 and an LS4 had the same size oil filter adapter, but they do not. So obviously this CarCraft one is a little bit bigger than this K&N one. So what I'm gonna do is pour the oil from this K&N, since it's clean, back in here through a funnel and save the oil to put in the motor, and then save this filter to use on the Camaro when I get it back from DRM. But I'm going to call O'Reilly's and find a cross-reference number for a K&N filter that has this size of threaded adapter in the top. As you can see, that one is a little smaller than that one. So I'm an O'Reilly's member, and I think they can probably deliver it out here, which is good because the car is off the ground and there's no oil in it. So I'm going to give them a call. But other than that, I got the drain plug back in and snugged up, and obviously the O-ring off the old oil filter stuck to the block as it does, and so I popped that off as well. So it's clean up there. Just got a little rag here to catch any drips, and my wrench there to install the new filter, and obviously my shop light. So what I'm gonna do is wash my hands again, clean up, have a little lunch break, and then call O'Reilly's, and hopefully I can swing a filter out here. I'll fill it up, pop it on, drop this thing down, put the new oil in the top, reset the filter, put the sticker on the windshield, and we'll call it a success. Probably should have done a little bit of research beforehand, but far from the worst mistake ever. So, yeah, well, 'tis how she goes. I'll bring you guys back when the situation has changed. See you shortly.
And he was talking about how the year before this
We got the Pat McAfee show going, and we're back here in the garage. Thanks to O'Reilly's. Major shout out to the Northfield O'Reilly's. I'm gonna try to put something creative in the title or the description. Manager, very nice gal. I think her name is Sammi. She delivered an oil filter to me so I can get this thing off the lift today, which is great because the weather has not improved. Let's take a peek outside. I mean, I guess it has improved insofar as that it's not snowing, but it is raining pretty good and it is very gray and gross. So, that being said, I'm gonna get my light turned back on here, and throw some oil in this K&N filter. This is an HP-1017. And the one for the Camaro with the LS1 is an HP-1017. The difference is this opening right here. On the Camaro's one, it is a 13/16 inch, and this is a 27 millimeter. They're close, but I think the thread pitch is a little bit different as well, and obviously 27 millimeter is bigger than the 13/16. So the little filter over there, wait, that one. That will not fit on here, but this will. So I'm gonna top this up with oil, get it thrown on, lower this thing down, pour this 5-quart jug in, and then fill it up with the rest of this. The capacity is 6 quarts total, and then I've got a spare quart in the back for the 5,000 mile interval on which I'll change this, just to top it up if need be, which it will, because it has the awesome AFM technology. No, it's not the worst thing ever, but hopefully in the future, this thing will be getting a little work done to it involving that AFM. So what we'll do is put the filter on, lower it back down, put the oil in the top, crawl inside the car, reset the computer, fire it up, make sure everything's happy, and then I'm gonna rearrange this stuff back in the garage here, go inside, finish my lunch, make a couple phone calls, and then Jenny will be home. So yeah, so far so good. Well, now. All right, I'll put you guys back on the tripod and we'll get that filter on, lower it down, and put the oil in. And I'll bring you guys back when we're firing things up. Sweet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently in my girlfriend's garage and in the Grand Prix. This is going to be the last of the videos for this little oil change exercise / miniature debacle. Thanks again, O'Reilly's. So what we got now is, I'll turn you around. The key is on, but the engine is not running. And we hit our little information button here on our info screen. I've got all these things here. This is trip meter, this is mileage, this is trip meter, this is there's some various functions like G-forces and the oil life indicator, which I'll show you when we get this reset here. Here, let me turn these on. That's probably worse actually. So anyway, what we're gonna do is hit our info button and pan through until we get to this screen which says engine oil monitor system. Press the reset button to reset. So what we'll do is, there you go, you heard that chime. Engine oil monitor system has been reset. Excellent. So then we can go over here, and there we go. 100% oil life remaining. When I did reset it, it was at 34 or 35, I believe. I had just under 5,000 miles on it, and I had put, I believe, a quart in at some point. Got my sticker up here, current mileage, and the next change is 5,000 miles later. So, without any further ado, we'll give her a try. There we go, as expected. And it's already down to 99%, because that just happens right when you start it up, evidently. Squeeze out here. Get our hood release. There. Nice and quiet. She sounds happy. I'll get a little heat in there and just check the level on the stick for posterity's sake, but I put in all 6 quarts, so she should be happy. New lease on life. Oh, yeah, except for this. The previous owner put aftermarket headlights in, or at least replaced the bulbs. This one does work, but for some reason the connector is a little touchy. Watch this though, expert mechanic status. Boom! And just like that, we got 2 headlights. So yep, that's getting closed. This will get opened. These will get shuffled around. I'm gonna go inside and finish my lunch and edit a little bit of this video for you guys. Yeah, but first let's pull this forward and we'll get the little bit of exhaust note on the old Grand Prix. Mighty, mighty stock LS4. Let's open this. Ooh, she's crapping out real good now. All right, this will be fun. Turn this down. Hey, Pat. So yeah, these engines are pretty cool. Fun cars. You just gotta be easy on the transmission. Don't be doing burnouts and stuff. This is the first video on this car that I've done, but it won't be the last. I like it a lot so far. All stock, everything. So here, I'll swing the leg over here. Put you guys here. I can balance. Yeah, how's that? All right. Not too shabby, huh? Kind of fun. The computer stops me. It is drive-by-wire, so the computer stops you at 30. It was like 3,200 or 3,300 RPM there. But yeah, she's a good car. All right, that's all for today. Come back later. More stuff.